Hi, everybody. My name is Chloe Basiima, the host of CBC, 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐵𝐶. Today, I have no guest, and I happen to be my own guest. It's a beautiful month, August, and I think a right time for you to get to know me after quite a number of episodes. I'm going to give it as is. Yeah, I've been blessed or honored to have this platform. And some of the questions that people have been asking me really run in the direction of, Favor, how did this happen so early? How did this happen so quickly? So this episode is more of like a get to know me because questions have been asked. Well, Chloe, we want to hear from you because you're always bringing the people, but there's probably something about you that we would want to know. And what I term myself as, I've said it even in some episodes, I feel like I'm the Esther of our generation, my generation. So a woman of uncommon favor. I think that's what I would term this, woman of uncommon favor. Quite a lot, actually. I do have fears like any other person, but one thing is for certain. I don't know how many times in the Bible it is mentioned, fear not, fear not, fear not. And being the Christian that I am, I really hold the word so highly and I carry it in my life. Despite all the fears, I know that there is nothing too hard for the Lord to do. So the fears are there, but I know there is a conqueror. I think what I would have called big fear is failing to do the things that I am purposed to do. I have run a business before and closed it. Now that happened. What I feared the most happened. And right now, I think my biggest fear is not to fulfill my purpose in life and in the Lord. I have a very deep relationship with God. I know how to meet Him. I know when He's telling me something. So every time I'm in that place of fear or uncertainty, I know what to do. And every time I go there, like I find myself in my secret place trying to tell God, okay, now there's this bit of fear or this is on my table right now. Is it for me? Yeah. So it's very important. Like I always consult to know that, is this for me? If it is for me, then unveil it for me. And I think how I've been able to is I get back to that place and God really helps me. For starters, when I'm confused, I know that I have to take a step back. Yeah, it is very important to move forward, and yeah, that is right. But every time you feel, or I feel, I'm in a place of confusion, things are not adding up or moving expected, I always take a step back and first of all, freeze lots of things that are going on. That means I get time off social media. Yeah, despite the fact that I'm on camera or the like, and I love social media a lot because I get to see different things. But I know in that moment, I need to freeze. I need to be alone. I need to reset. I write down a lot as well. So I need to see, okay, why is this confusing me? Why is this not playing out? What is it that I'm doing that is bringing the confusion? Never that serious, honestly. When you get to realize it's this one thing, and the most you could do is, like, there's always a solution for everything. Yeah, and I can only find a solution to come out of the confusion after taking the step and reflecting. Yeah. Clearly, you can see how I look. It is treating me really well. And I think one of the things, honestly, is I got married to my friend. I married my friend. I married somebody that I can easily talk to. When in a relationship or marriage, it's very important to have open communication. Yeah, because it's where all the struggles begin. Yeah. So also taking it back to I married my friend. Like as people, we have friends. There are things that you cannot do to a friend. I hope you can all agree with that. There are things that you can do to a stranger, or somebody can do something to you, but your actions are always limited by the level of friendship that you have with this person. Yeah, so for me, marriage it comes easy. I can go by that statement that marriage is a bed of roses. If one, yes, you make it, but then also if you marry right. Marrying right is marrying your friend, somebody that you can talk to, but also somebody that you know for a fact is of God. Like God chose that person for you. My husband and I went to the same school, but he was in Form 6 and I was in Form 1. So the age gap and then the whole thing of this guy might want something that I may not be able to offer really kept coming to my mind, but not immediately though. So when we met, he looks like Asha, so that's his what is it called, nickname. That's a name we found when we joined the school. So he looks like Asha, and personally I loved Asha then, and all my friends knew that. Now when I got to see him, it was this thing of, oh my God, this guy looks like somebody that I really like. Yeah, and also him, when he saw me, I think from his end, he keeps saying he wanted to always marry somebody younger. And I think his parents also were in kind of the same thing. So he saw me, and in his heart, he said, this is my wife. Now me, on the other hand, it was more of respect and excitement for somebody that looks like somebody that I like. Anyway, fast forward, so we get to know each other. But for him, he's already switched for marriage. 4 years down the road, I last saw him when he left Form 6. So 4 years down the road, I think as in my Form 4 vac, I get to meet him again. But this time, I'll be honest, I wasn't feeling anything, not even the excitement of, yeah. And this guy gets down on his knees and tells me things that got me worried and scared. You know, things like, I know we're in different worlds, but I will wait for you. I've waited for you. So all those things kept playing in my mind. Now I'm going into Form 5, Form 6. I think I was growing now. I get to campus and he was very much present, really present. So I think I reached a point where I want to give this a try, because first of all, this guy has been patient with me. Nobody waits for you that long. Patient in the sense of he's not forcing you to do anything. So my worry of he may ask for something I won't give, that didn't happen. Yeah, so when I finished, so during campus, I had started trying to see how it will work. So when I finished campus, we were ready, you know. So he talks to me about marriage. I introduce him to my family. Everybody loves him, likes who he is. And yeah, it happened. The career woman that I am, I have a 9-to-5 job. So I wake up every morning, 5, to get ready for work. So I'm on the road by 6 to come to office before I leave home. And this is something that I've done with my husband. Even when we were still just dating, we pray every morning together. And of course, tell each other certain words to take us through that day. It's very important. Yeah, so get to office. Sometimes when I have some things to do during office, because I think I learned to accept that I'm not that one person that would just sit on this job 24/7, honestly, yeah. So there's other things that you have to do as a person. I get time off during my lunch break, get to do those and accomplish that. Then I get home, because I'm in office by 7:30. I leave by 4 or 4:30, depending on the workload. Get back home, spend time with my girl before I get to have my personal life, personal time. yeah, really wait for my husband. Then it depends. I usually plan out my month. Yeah, so there are times where I know in this month there's got to be a meet out with friends, or I have to be at the prayer mountain when, or I believe nobody has it all together. So I have my moments where I feel I am not delivering well. I am not being present as a mother full time or with my job. So those moments happen. But the grace of God carries me on, yes. But then also I think I'm a good planner. Yeah. I know how to plan out my time very well. I know people say it gets so busy, we are so busy, but there's no such thing as busy once you plan and make the time, So if I say I'll wake up, I usually wake up at 5. Yeah. I know that in the morning we have to pray with my husband, then prepare, get to work by 7, do everything I'm supposed to be doing at work, leave by 4, come back home. And sometimes I'm also like a people person. Like I have friends that I give time. So I know, like, let me say in the week, I'll choose Friday or Wednesday to give to friends. I know that on Sunday at this time, I'll have to be at church. So it's basically really planning out and praying that God helps you whenever the times are hard. Self-love. One thing I know how to do best is to love myself. And I know that once it starts with you, yeah. When you love yourself, you're able to love on others. Yeah, so self-love means taking care of yourself as well. But most of all, also, the glory of God really gives me this glow, because there's no such thing as peace and joy and calm in the Lord. Yeah, so it contributes as well. You never know how much you love until you have a child. Yeah. So I thought I was a lover until I got my baby. I am more than just that. So everything else, honestly, everything else can wait when it comes to my child. So I know that being a mother has taught me to prioritize better. It's hard. I am a mother. I know what it means to raise a child with your partner. It's the most beautiful thing. But again, to the single mother, it depends on why it is that. So if this gentleman is still available and he's not offering the help, it's different. There is being present and also not being present. So the one that is around and is not offering help, regardless of how that makes you feel or how it came to happen like that, one thing I would like you to know is that child is a gift from God. So you as the single mother, however much it's hard, try as much to give this child the best that you can. Do not be hard on the on the child because this man is out there and not doing what he's supposed to do. So raise this child the best way that you can. Tomorrow you do not know what this child will become. Probably they'll be the ones to bring back the time that has been lost in that moment of you struggling. Yeah. And then if this man is not around, sorry about that, but you have to pick yourself up and know that you have a responsibility that you have to take care of. Ask God every day to help you, because that is what he does best, and you manage through. Yeah, I'm a planner, but we know the outermost planner. We plan things and he does otherwise. Growing up, I will say a little bit of it. I grew up, there's this statement in Luganda that says, "𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿 kuva mabega." So I'm a firstborn child. We are 5, so I'm the firstborn. I got to see my parents really wealthy, and I got to see my parents really poor. I got a mix of it. So growing up, it was that beautiful until everything went ablaze. And when I was in that moment of even being that child who is called out for school fees when everybody else is in class, I think that was when the whole, it dawned on me, like, you know what, there could be more. If you go through certain things, probably your child should not go through it, or probably your younger siblings should not go through it. So I think that's why I'm able to work, do my 9 to 5 and get to do other things, because what I went through, I don't want my younger siblings or my child to go through. Yeah, and then also during that time, I got to meet Christ. Yeah, because it was a very hard time. I think it was Form 6 back where it was really serious. And Form 6, when I was going to do my exam, I just couldn't do because I had not yet fully paid my tuition. And the school is saying, no, you can't sit because, and guess what, I was the only one. That was hard on me. And I knew that even if I make the phone call at home, what can they do? So when I try to reach my mom, she tells me, I don't have money, but I know where we can get money. And she takes me to church. So, I mean, I've come home to tell you that I have exam and you're taking me to church. Like, that didn't make sense to me. But anyway, I went, and I don't know how really God does these things, but one thing is for sure, you are in the right place at the right time. And he does that. So when I attended that service, the preacher said exactly what I was going through. Form 6, you're supposed to do exams. Parents don't have money, exactly that. Then he prayed for us and said what was going to happen. So I had not told my dad that I had not told him that I had left school and I had gone to mommy too, because they had separated. I don't know how he found out, but somehow he did. And he called and he was very mad. Now that added the fear, yeah? But my mom told me, you've been praying, we're going to meet him and everything is going to be okay. So I boarded a taxi, I went, reached home very scared. And the moment I was entering the gate, my uncle stays in the UK, called to check on me. But I wondered, did he know that I was around or whatever happened? I don't know. And when he called to check on me, I told him what was going on. So that exact amount of money that I wanted to do exams, he sent it. So from that kind of scenario, honestly, I was like, I think God, that is when I get to want to know God more and better. That's partly. Yeah, I remember going back to school. I was able to finish exams. In vacation, I told my mom I want to go back to the other place. Yeah, so that's how I met Christ, and I think that was when everything turned around for me and my life changed. Everything happened easily. I was able to go to campus, studied, got a job immediately. Everything really, really worked out. For starters, just by you existing, dear viewer that may not try to understand what this is all about, I think for me, just even being able to live. Yeah, because some people don't wake up, but you go to bed with them and they just stay in bed. You leave home, get into, I don't know if you're driving or so, and your car just crashes. How does that happen? How does that happen? Your mother, you're carrying this child in your stomach for 9 months. You do not know what's going on, but you deliver this child eventually. But again, there are people that enter that place and don't come out. Yeah. So for me, even if you try to say you do not understand or you cannot relate, just reflect on the fact that you can be able to live. Because if it was not for God, no, you wouldn't exist. Also, in as much as I think now it's somebody that says, yes, God exists, but life is too hard, you're not in the grave. Yeah. Tomorrow is another day. The Bible says his sorrow may last for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Yes, the times may be really, really difficult and all, but just wake up one day. Maybe it would be different. Just a little bit of what I've really shared. You can see that put God first in everything that you do, and really He will work everything out for you. Forgive yourself. Yeah, I'm not perfect, guys. There's so many things that I've done, but it's good to give yourself another chance. You could do better tomorrow. Do not cease trying out. Like every opportunity that comes your way, please give it a try. The worst that can happen is being told no, and the no sometimes is probably a redirection. So there's so much about you that you can do. Just be open-minded and really do it.